Alright guys, so I did it. I ordered a brand new blade, not the Blade 2, which kind of, everything I was kind of stating before kind of makes that shit. So my reasonings are, well, let's start with this. I ordered the 52 volt 1000 watt blade, just like without the back suspension, like just the new blade, which pretty pumped about. And I only got one battery, I can make that clear as of now anyways. So they're not cheap, I don't get discounts or anything, so I'm paying what you guys are paying. I've never really ran out of juice, to be honest, on my bike. I brought it down to like 12% maybe one time. It was the lowest I've ever been. By the time I'm done riding, I'm usually home and maybe like 60% or 50%. I'm not down low. So unless I could, like, yeah, it's very, very rare that I'm even around 40%. So, and I can do 30, 40K and I'm still always back home around 76 or 80%. And that's at the 17 amp hour for 48 volt at the 500 watt. And that's still, it's like, that's at like, when they had 12,000 K. So to me, I just want to see what it's like before I spend all that other money. And you know, maybe I should have just right away bought that system, which I'm just thinking of something I might find out. So anyways, I might regret it, I might not. I know it's lower amp hours, but I'm hoping that I know I'm going to use up a battery probably pretty quick, and thinking when I think about it too, because the 1000 watts. But I'm going to see what it's like and try it, and I'm going to keep stock till spring. And my reasonings are because I can give it on my honest reviews. I can't give it a review, bike review, and with, you know, no bias or anything. If I have new forks on, I got this and this, if it's all stock, then I can give an honest review for you guys. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'll keep it stock till spring, and then I'll upgrade the forks, because that's one thing on the bike that really frustrates me. I truly think that Rize screwed up. That's just my opinion. They might not like hearing that, but my opinion, they dropped the ball on it. They should have had the new Blade and the new Blade 2 both with the same big front forks like the Blade 2, because they're totally different forks. The other's a double crown, then these are just your normal straight tube up fork. Those forks on the Blade 2 are a lot nicer because they're stiffer, there's not much flex. And you know, it's nice that they offer the suspension fork, Rize does, for the front for these blades and stuff. But they should have kept them either the same or as an upgrade they could have done. If they told me, okay, Ryan, it's $100 more to have upgraded forks, I would have done that in a heartbeat. Like, why? If you got the Blade 2, okay, yeah, you got the back suspension and the bigger light and the forks. For $300 more, you're actually getting quite a bit more. But in a way, you really are, because the forks to buy are around 200 Canadian plus some duty fees, I think. So let's say 250 bucks Canadian. But if Rize offered them for $100 on top of your bike price, yeah, for sure I would have, because they would be getting way cheaper. But who knows, maybe they'll do a special model. I hope well, it won't matter for me because I'll have mine by then, but maybe a limited edition, or next year's. I hope they step it up and they offer that, because I think that would entice even more people to buy them, which I think they're not having a hard time by sales by any means, by the looks of things. So what do I know? But it just says I'm really stoked about it. And it'd be nice to compare the 52 volt 1000 watt to that 48 volt 500 watt. And I'll be able to compare numbers too for people, like what the differences are. So if you were to get a 1000 watt with one battery, what would it versus? I do think the new 48 volt 500 watt they have on the Blade with the dual battery, because it's like, I think almost the same price as just getting a single battery 52 volt 1000. You get a dual battery 48 volt 500, which you would have a pretty damn good range. And like, guys, don't be afraid to buy that. Like, just because it's 48 volt, there's the new 52 volt. Well, basically, we're paying a premium for the 52, which you're only gaining 4 volts, and it is, I don't know how much you're gaining yet. I don't know. I've never ridden it. So, in the what the difference would be, but if I was new to it and wanted that, keep it legit with the 500 watt, I would totally be jumping on that 500 watt to 48 volt 2 battery system, because you'd be like $3,000, I think it is, if you wanted to spend that, but you're gonna have 2 batteries. And I can't stress this enough. The batteries are the heart and life of your bike and the motor, but if the battery's screwed or shit, that's costly, right? And that's kind of one reason I haven't held up or bought the second one, because they're not cheap. Like, that's another like almost $800 a tax, I think. And I know they're $200 more if you buy them like later, but I'm just gonna see. Hopefully Rize will help me out and give me a deal on it. I don't know. I hope so. But I might not need it. So see how that goes. I'm also going to be doing with the channel is, I want to answer questions. So if you guys write in, or write on message me or whatever on through YouTube, and you have your, like it says your name on whatever it is there. So say it's Derek 1880. He asked blah 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 blah. So I'm gonna have it. I'll be recording it and just, okay, Derek 1880. He asked why blah 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 blah, and I'll try and give the answers. And I'm gonna try and expand it from there. Plus the maintenance videos. I want to upgrade my camera, all that stuff. So as long as there's interest, I'll start doing more stuff. I need to know from you guys if that's what interests you, and to keep the channel growing and whatnot, because it gets time consuming. I just take this as a grain of salt. I have no issues helping anyone out wherever I can, and if I don't know the truth or know the answer, I will tell you, like, personally, like, or to tell you the truth, like, I don't know, or I'll find out. I'll try and find out for you, or research it. But if it gets time consuming for me answering questions and helping people, I don't get paid for this, so it's just me doing it to help. And because I know it's hard out there looking, and there's no clarity on things, and there's so many opinions, and that's why I've done my reviews the way I have. There's not hiding anything. It's just, it is what it is. Like, you know, I'm gonna try and answer questions, because a lot of these actually have the same questions about things. So I'm just gonna start trying to condense it down and help more people out that way, so they can just look at a video quick, and it saves them time and me time, and it keeps open the chat and stuff for messaging for others too. Now, I want all you guys to feel free to use my channel as kind of to message each other and stuff, or talk to each other, because that's actually how it's been happening, and people try and help others out too, which I love. That's what I want you guys to do, help each other out. You know, if someone has a question and I don't get to it, feel free to help them, like, or give your opinion, because that's what it is. This is all my opinions, so you guys should have your opinion. Half you guys might think I'm full of shit, or, you know, think that, hey, you know, I don't like that about these bikes, I don't like that. That's fine, that's your opinion. Like I said, I think Rize screwed up with their forks, absolutely. They should have had the same forks on both bikes, the heavy duty ones, like the Blade 2. Well, they might think I'm an idiot for saying that. Well, that's fine. We're all entitled to opinions. So I'll do an unboxing of it, what to look for when you unbox. I can't stress this enough, people. Keep the frickin' box. okay? You can break it down. Don't tear it to shit. When you get the bike out, break the box down, fold it up nice, and try and keep all the packing. And you can take that box and you'll be able to pretty much put it in a little closet once it's all folded and tie it up or whatever you need to do to store it. Because if your bike screws up within that year, you need to have the box. Well, not even a year, maybe, just even within so many months. Try and keep it though the year, because it's like a big box store. If you went to, say, one of these big box places and you bought a TV, so you bought a 60-inch TV, and 2 weeks later you're like, I don't like this, or it's screwed up, right? It's screwed up and it's doing this. They're going to ask you for the box. Where's the box and packaging? You can't, people think, well, why don't I need the box for the bike? Or why do I need it? Well, how are you going to ship it back? So you get it sent back, and so you're just going to throw it on a delivery truck? No, it needs to be protected, because they don't give a shit about your bike. It's going to be scratched and banged up, and who knows if half of it will be there. You don't know. It's like, no one knows. So it needs to arrive back there if that's a warranty issue or whatever, like whatever it is. I just keep the box, because if it needs to go back, it needs to get there still in the shape it basically was when you got it, which is new for the most part. So just try and keep your box, and I'll get, once my bike comes, I'll do a video on that stuff. And yeah, just please hit that like and subscribe button, and just keep everything friendly on there on the messaging, and we'll all help each other out. All right, guys? Cheers. Take care.